it's difficult when it's our age to get people out and up and moving.
The thing that bothered me the most as far as conditions before this project was that adults were so sedentary. We have lots of athletes. We have a history of athletes from this area, but once you graduate from high school, the mindset is stop exercising, stop playing. It's time to let the kids do their thing.
No, I did not exercise at all. As I mentioned, I really just worked. I worked the 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. job, and I went home and that was it. And as I said, I was introduced to the Golden Olympics, and I'm thinking like, I can't do that. And I just started getting involved in it, and I just started enjoying it and looking forward to it.
Until recently, the mindset was once you become a parent, you don't play anymore. You watch your kids play. But that's a mindset we felt was very important that we try to change, and the initiative has helped us do that.
Wow, well, first, we really wanted to find out what our stakeholders in our community had to say. And so our first thing we did immediately was a community health assessment.
So some of the, really the biggest struggle for our small rural area again is access to healthy eating, which was one of our strategies, obviously, but we don't have as many resources available to us in this, radius of Colquitt, or even at the outskirts, really.
We noticed that children really were bringing in Skittles and things for breakfast, and were less likely to try new things on the plate at lunchtime, breakfast, new fruits and vegetables. Class time also tended to be focused more on arts and education on paper, and not so much outside the classroom with their hands. So,
well, of course, I'm going to talk about pre-K. They started the pre-K garden for us, and it has really grown. The kids love it. And one particular thing they did last year, we grew potatoes, and we got a chance to send some of the vegetables home to the families and for them to enjoy. And we also treated the kids with some of the vegetables at school. So,
but as we got them, some of the people, community to participate, it made it easier to go out. If we picked up another event, it was easy to get out and get it and ask them to participate because they was willing. They saw that we was eager to help.
We had started a program years ago. We were originally an Upwards program, and so we do some things with our church, soccer and basketball, and they partnered with us with those grants to help us, and and using some of that money to help, to further that ministry that we were doing.
Things have come to a point to where they're having better housing. They're more in tune to the medical stuff because the health part of being healthy, you got to have a healthy house. Then your body be healthy, and then you can just live a healthier life.
Well, we wanted to make sure that everything that we offered was available to everyone. That was one of our main concerns. If finances were an issue, like if you couldn't afford to go to the gym, we have free exercise classes. If you couldn't go to the gym, then we wanted to do the heart-to-heart walking program, because you just get outside and walk outside and you can walk the sidewalks. So we had those marked. You didn't even have to keep up with it.
So we are here at our Spring Creek Park here in Colquitt, Georgia, Miller County, which is one of our sites for our Shape Up Miller health initiatives, mainly focusing on physical activity. As you all see here is our heart-to-heart logo. We have these throughout our entire community. It started out with our city councilman Casey Holtz actually coming up with this creative idea. We are wanting to become heart healthy, and that's through physical activity for all ages here in our community.
Being able to do that assessment helped us create the community health improvement plan, and it was easy to move forward based on that work that Lee just was discussing, because the community had already bought in. You know, that's what they saw was important, not what we saw was important. So every time we were in meetings, and in the beginning, we were having meetings every week. You know, it wasn't once a month or once a quarter. I mean, it was every week to get this in place. And so it was easy then to say what those main areas were that we needed to work on. And then it was easy to say, okay, out of those areas, what are the things that need to start out activities or projects first? And since the community created that community health improvement plan, it was just easy to move forward. We had a great enrollment, great participation until the hurricane, you know, and then everything just, we all had to concentrate on other things like the community being torn apart.
Chris, you have covered serious storms for more than 20 years. I saw on Facebook you mentioned that you'd never seen damage to this extent.
I never have. I've never experienced a hurricane like this before, and I've covered many of them over my many years here at 11 Alive. Number one, the strength and the fury of this storm, but then also the aftermath of this storm as well. When you just pitched to me, you said, and folks, she's right, I'm not in Florida anymore. This is in Georgia. Take a look at this.
Before this initiative, there were definite barriers, especially as far as class and healthcare access.
I think with this initiative kind of makes people, it's easy in life to get busy just doing your own thing and you don't pay attention to other people. I think equity begins to, you begin to notice equity or the lack thereof when you begin to sit around or take a moment to sit back and see what are other people facing.
Blue Georgia initiatives made it possible for us to really have those things with the funding and with the great participation from the group. We had recently talked about getting a garden at pre-K, but you know, it is expensive, it is time consuming, and when Blue Georgia initiative started and I told them about the idea of wanting one, they jumped right on it.
So the changes that we are seeing in the future of our community due to Shape Up Miller, we're changing behaviors. We are changing lifestyles.